Hi there, my name is Alice Skary. I am a professional dominatrix and a content creator for about 13-14 years now, full-time. Sometimes get questions from newer adult entertainers and sex workers, and one of the most common ones I get is about how to manage your time effectively. I think a lot of us actually suffer from workaholism, feeling overwhelmed, feeling stressed out. So I wanted to share with you today, real quick, my organization method, how I kind of get everything done. Well, I'm going to be showing you how I use a system called bullet journaling. Bullet journaling was created by Ryder Carroll, and I highly recommend you look at his website, look at his tutorial videos. I'll try to link those below. And what it is a very flexible system to create your own schedule, your own calendar schedule. And I really like it. I like pen and paper. I like being able to write things down. I feel like that really helps me relax. It helps me focus and remember things better. So you could also do a digital bullet journaling system. So hopefully the ideas that I show you, you could translate into your phone or onto your computer if that's what you prefer. So I recently got a new journal that is a disc-bound journal. So that means it's got these rings so that you can remove pages and put new pages in. Let me show you first of all these tabs. So this is my index, so these are all my basic pages, my yearly calendar, and my daily schedule. I'll show you in a minute. And then this is a tab, Alice Skary, that is just for my work. And that's where I organize all my social media, all of my ideas, everything like that. And then I have a fitness tracker that I'm not going to be showing you too much of today because it's got a lot of personal data in it. And then down here I'm going to be doing a car maintenance log and some other, personal things. So we won't go too into that, but that's why I went with this system with these dividers so that I could have, my overall schedule, my work, my fitness, everything all together in the same volume. So first of all, over here we have the first page. I went ahead and I put found my planner. Here's where to call and text me. And I have a little motivational quote here. All you need really to do this system, all you really need is some paper and a pen. But you can also invest in washi tape. Some people do all kinds of crazy stuff, calligraphy pens, watercolor. You can go artsy with it if you want. As someone who spends too much time working already, I did not go that direction. I just like pen, paper, a couple of good highlighters. I'll link all of my pens that I use and everything in case you want to copy them all in the comments as well. So first of all, this page is my index, and I'll just keep notes for where the most important pages are. I haven't got it all set up yet because, as I said, I just got this bullet journal the other week and I'm still getting it all set up. It's part of why I wanted to show it off to you today while I'm still got it fresh in my mind. So let's talk about the key system. The key system, the bullet system basically, is very effective, and you can use whatever symbols are best for you. So use, in my case, I use a dot to note a task, and then an X to note a completed task, and then this little arrow is for a migrated task. So just to show you here how that would work. So let's just imagine this is just a quick little to-do list for my day here. The way we use this is each of these items has a bullet. And so let's say I went ahead, I already posted to Facebook today. That one gets crossed off. So you can just cross right over the bullet and it's crossed off. Then let's say that I didn't get a chance to do the grocery run, so I'm going to do it tomorrow. We might migrate it to tomorrow's list, and we could just do this little arrow, just like that. And we'll say I haven't gotten to the photo shoot yet, so that's still just a bullet item. But if I get to it later today, then boom, gets crossed out. It's that simple. So let's move on here. This is where my address book is going to be. I went ahead and didn't fill it out yet so that I could show you this and not reveal my personal addresses. I think that's really important because when I'm traveling, everything like that, I may not have access to everyone's addresses, and I like to send little care packages, postcards, and stuff like that while I'm traveling, just to stay connected with my loved ones while I'm on the road. Let me pull this a little closer here. I also have a postcard / mail tracker here on this page that I also didn't fill out yet for privacy, reasons. But that way I don't forget to, send little notes to people while I'm traveling. So moving on, this is what I'm going to call a year view. And I haven't got it all filled out yet, but this should give you a basic idea of how you do it. So what I do is I put a little highlighter mark on the days where I have things already scheduled. So I used a color key system, and I did this here so that I can move it from page to page as I need. As I get further in the year, I'll schedule ahead further and move this color key to a different page. But anyway, so I use a gray highlighter for personal days that I'm taking. I'm using blue for travel, meaning I'm not at my home base. Using green for work, so shoots, business lunches, stuff like that. And that way I can get a really quick glance if someone says, hey, are you free on August the 9th? I can look. I don't have anything booked off that day. I can say I'm absolutely free on August 9th. Or if I see it's marked in gray or blue or green, I can have it, let me look closer at my schedule. I have something on that day. So then what I did is I put this on the back page of this section so I can flip to it really easily. It's kind of a weird way of doing it, but works for me. So this is the daily logs. Let's talk first of all about my schedule guidelines here. So what I have right here is I have Sunday marked off as a day off or with my family. Monday for cleaning and doing yard work. I have a huge garden, a huge yard, very important to me. So even though that may look a little bit like work, for me that's a personal day. That's like an active personal day. Tuesday for computer work. Wednesday for filming or another day off. And then Thursday again for computer work. Friday for cleaning and doing yard work again. And then Saturday for a day off or with family. Now, you may notice I only have 2 to 3 days a week scheduled for work. That is very unrealistic for me. I am an overachiever. I'm a workaholic. I schedule myself to death. It's a problem I've been working on my whole life. It's made me very successful, but I basically run off of anxiety. So I went ahead and put this motivational quote here, invest in rest. So when I look at my day, I'm looking here Thursday. Thursday is my day for computer work. So I'm doing great today. I'm going to be filming, going to be editing. That's great. Tomorrow, when I wake up, I look, okay, Friday, what am I supposed to be doing today? I have this little encouragement. Hey, take a day off, go outside, go work in your garden. And for me, that works really well. I'll be honest with you. Most of the time, I'll look at that little schedule reminder and say, oh, but I still need to do this, or I have this booking, or I have to do this. But it's just a little reminder to myself, hey, take this day off. Take this day off to be with your family. And I really need that. You may need something the opposite direction. You may need to push more work onto your schedule list. You may not even need a schedule like this. You may need something much more flexible. But this is just my flexible way of reminding myself what I should be doing on what days. I have my good morning routine here because when I first wake up in the morning, I'm usually really tired. I'm a little disorganized. Is I'll get sucked into work sometimes without evaluating my day. So this good morning routine is so that I can sit down. It says let the dogs out, drink coffee, review your bullet journal, sign into Night Flirt, check your OnlyFans, posts to social media, and then create your daily log, which is over here. We'll get back to that in a second. And then dress and brush hair. And yes, I will sometimes get so sucked into work right away that I will forget to get dressed first thing in the morning. It'll be 2 p.m. I'm still in my pajamas. Not such a great thing. So I just have these little X's here so that I can track it. This is what they call a habit tracker. And you can look up more information about that. I did it in pencil, so I could just erase it and do it again next week without having to create another page. If you want to track more in the long term, do it in pen, create pages for it, and see for any type of routine that you're creating for yourself, how many days you actually get to your habits that you're trying to track. People do this for everything from, cleaning to diet. There's all kinds of things you could create a habit tracker for. Very flexible system. So I'm doing my daily log here. Thursday, I went ahead, we're filming the journal right now, so I'll go ahead and cross that off as we discuss, we put a little X here, and then I'll go throughout. And so, like, if I was just sitting down to do this log now, Thursday, I'd say, okay, Thursday's for computer work, and then I would skip through all of my notes, and I'd say, okay, what computer work could I do on a Thursday? And then, the next day or the end of the day or throughout the day, if I get a little mixed up, I'll just go through and I'll look at this list again, and I'll say, what have I done today? What do I want to put off? If I'm going to get too tired, I'm going to get too busy, migrate it to the next day. Start the next day's task list all over. Or you might have a weekly overarching task list, and that's okay too. It's just a little flexible thing you can do. So now let's get to some of the business tools. Because so far we've gone over stuff that's pretty standard for the most part for most bullet journal users. So let's get on here. Let's get into the nitty gritty of my work, okay? So this is just like a little inspiration page I have over here. Skary, that's me, that's my business. Body positive, gender affirming, sex positive, sex educator, kink mentor, pro-dominant life coach, pornographer. And that is just to remind myself, hey, this is who you are. This is what keeps you motivated. This is what you're passionate about. Give me that kick in the pants about what is it really about for me. So here's my goals page, and here's what I want to say is don't pay attention to my goals. Think about your business. Think about what goals you want to have and whether or not you would benefit from a page that you look at regularly that lists out all of your goals. I bet you would. Over here, I have a social media and stores list, and this, one of my friends that I do peer coaching with suggested to me that I create a list of every social media account that I'm on and every storefront, digital storefront that I run, so that I don't lose track of them. And that was a great idea because, there's a lot more than you realize there is. So I went ahead and did that, and then I have all of my domain names down here. And that's just so that once in a while I can look over this and be like, oh yeah, I forgot many vids exist. Let me upload some videos, or that sort of thing. Some social media notes here. I've been doing a lot of research into social media algorithms. So I just have some general notes here. Two of my domain name projects, these are just where I put notes for them, as I'm going throughout my day. Sexy toy reviews, I have put, hey, do 2 toy reviews per week as a goal. That's just one little thing that I am doing, keeping those notes there. There's not much there yet, but there will be. Over here, I have my social media tracker for 2019. Some notes about what's important to me. Building relationships with other sex workers. How do I display dominance without showing explicit images? Very big deal in this day and age. Trying to show people who I am, teach people who I am, without getting kicked off of social media. Big deal. Move away from the disconnected fan/fame model, build relationships and personal connections. That's another goal of mine here. Then I just have this little cute little graphic to show me all of my social media pages that I'm tracking. And then I have pages set up for each one of them. So I started the year, I put down in the first couple weeks of this year, I went through, I had 2,100 followers on Instagram. YouTube, I had 1,400 followers, so on and so forth, right? And then I went ahead through just this month and I tracked again. I could see I had some heavy growth here on Instagram. I had some heavy growth here on Twitter. And then, Fat Life and YouTube stayed the same. And I'm going to do it again at the end of the year. And I'm just going to see, where am I growing the most? Where am I seeing the most followers expanding? So that's just one little quick overview. And I have individual pages, and I haven't created them all yet, but I have them for Snapchat and Instagram. So over here, I have some inspiration about what the platform is good for. So Snapchat, reaching millennials. Stories create urgency. And I'll probably add to it in a little bit. I have my goals for what I'd like. I'd like to see 300 views per snap that I post. I have a schedule/strategy over here. Post a vlog twice a week. Recycle content daily other days. So on and so forth. Just little notes just to keep me focused. So, when I'm going through, I can look and I can say, hey, have I been keeping up with my goals on Snapchat? Same thing here with Twitter. one of my inspirations on Twitter is that it allows not safe for work content, and it's a great platform for networking with your peers. So, yeah. Oh, and over here for Instagram too, what I did is I put down the optimized image size for my postings here. So I have the feed image size is 1080 by 1350 and 60-second video max for the feed. And then the story is 1080 by 1920. And that way when I'm creating my content for the week for Instagram, I can just look at this information real quick. So yeah, I'm still creating this. I'm going to create one for YouTube soon. I'm going to create one for all of my platforms. But that's just, so you can see what I'm up to, what I'm doing, what I do to stay organized. And I have another little motivational quote right here. So, and I have my fitness information, as I mentioned, and I have, some other personal logs back here. I have this little ruler that actually snaps in place so I can get nice even lines when I need to. The only other thing that I would mention about this system that's great is I use these dot grid pages, which, you may have noticed. Basically, instead of being lined or being ruled, you can do the bullet journaling system blank paper, you could do it lined, whatever you want. But the great thing about this dot grid system is it makes it so that you can actually draw out really quick columns or grids on the fly, or you can use it to write on and just treat it like a line system and the dots don't really get in your way. It's a really great little flexible little thing. I hope that video was a little helpful for someone, and I just wanted to let all of you know I have a Pornhub channel now where you can see a little bit more explicit videos than YouTube. Woohoo! And I also started a Reddit, so I'll link those down below. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some of the other videos I have on here. Thanks for watching.